You ever wake up one morning thinking it's going to be just another regular day, and then, bam, suddenly you're the main character in the pettiest, most ridiculous neighborhood war anyone's ever heard of? Yeah, that happened to me. All because of a pair of yellow curtains. Seriously. Curtains. Not a fence, not a wild party, curtains. You can't make this stuff up. Let me set the stage here. Suburban America, cookie-cutter houses, lawns cut just so, the usual old folks out for their morning walks, dogs barking at squirrels, you get the idea. I bought my place about 2 years ago. Back then, I thought this neighborhood was perfect, quiet, safe, decent schools, and the HOA? Nothing I couldn't handle. Their rules seemed normal, just stuff about mowing the grass and keeping your house beige. I mean, as long as I wasn't painting my house neon pink or installing a backyard Ferris wheel, I figured I'd be fine. Now, my bedroom faces east, which means every single morning, as soon as the sun comes up, boom, my room turns into a dang interrogation chamber. I'm talking sunlight blasting straight into my eyeballs at 6 a.m. And I'm not exactly a morning person, you know what I mean? So I did what any sane human would do. I drove down to HomeGoods, poked around, and found these bright, cheerful yellow curtains. Nothing crazy, just a little sunshine for my room, something that actually made me happy. Installed them on a Saturday, took a step back, and thought, yep, nailed it. Little did I know I'd just committed a high crime against the suburban aesthetic. 3 days in, I come home from work, and there's a note taped not in an envelope or anything, right smack in the middle of my front door for the whole world to see. Your window coverings are an eyesore and a distraction to the neighborhood. Please consider more neutral tones. A concerned neighbor. Okay, first of all, the only distraction here is that someone actually cares this much about curtains. I crumple it up, shrug, and figure somebody's having a bad day. Not my problem. Wrong. 2 days later, another note. This one's way more aggressive. This is your second notice. Your bright curtains are affecting property values and disturbing the peace of our community. Remove them immediately or further action will be taken. Oh, come on. I'm out here minding my own business. And now I'm suddenly some kind of criminal mastermind? Over curtains? At this point, it's the principle of the thing. I'm not taking them down just because someone can't mind their own business. If they want to talk, fine, be an adult and ring the bell. But hiding behind notes? Nope. The weekend rolls around, and I'm out washing my car when the mystery note writer reveals herself in full suburban glory. Patricia. Though honestly, I'm just going to call her Karen, because let's be real, she's got the visor, garden gloves, and that look that says, I am the self-appointed sheriff of this block. She storms across the street, plants herself right in front of me, and barks out, excuse me. I've left you 2 notices about those ridiculous curtains. When are you taking them down? I mean, I'm literally holding a dripping sponge, not even sure if I'm being punked. You mean my bedroom curtains? The yellow ones. Yes, those. She gestures so wildly, I think she's going to sprain something. They're blinding. Every time I look out my window, all I see is that garish yellow. It's like living across from a highlighter. Now, I try to keep it cool. I say, they're just curtains, not even that bright. Plus, I need them to block the morning sun. I don't care what you need, she snaps. They're an eyesore. And according to the HOA guidelines, all exterior-facing home modifications must maintain neighborhood aesthetic standards. And then she drops the bomb. She's talked to the board and they're on her side. You'll be receiving an official complaint, she says, and stomps off. Leaves me there, covered in soap, wondering if I've accidentally wandered into a sitcom. So, of course, now I actually go dig out my HOA docs, probably for the first time since closing. And surprise, surprise, nothing in there about curtains. Paint colors, yes. Lawn decorations, sure. But window coverings? Not even a whisper. I figure that's the end of it. Nope. Not in Karen's world. A week later, a big, official-looking letter from the HOA lands in my mailbox. Apparently, my non-neutral window treatments are in violation of Section 7.3 of the Neighborhood Covenant, which, supposedly, requires everyone to maintain a harmonious and visually cohesive appearance. I have 14 days to replace the curtains with white, beige, or gray, or face a $50 fine. That's right. $50 a day for curtains. I'm livid, but also weirdly impressed. Karen's got the board eating out of her hand. I read Section 7.3, word for word. Guess what? It's about paint. Siding. Actual house stuff. Curtains aren't even mentioned. So I get out my laptop, write the most polite, lawyerish email of my life, quoting the actual rules, and even snap pictures of at least 6 other houses on my street with colored curtains, blue, green, some wild burnt orange number. I send it off and wait. 2 weeks go by. HOA comes back with a masterpiece of passive aggression. After review, the board has determined that your curtains are excessively bright compared to neighborhood standards. The fine will remain in place unless compliance is achieved. Oh, it's on now. It's not even about rules anymore. This is Karen's crusade, and the board's just rolling over to avoid her wrath. So, if it's war she wants, it's war she's gonna get. I spend the next week basically becoming a one-person legal team, combing through every inch of the HOA covenant for loopholes. And that's when I spot it. The rules only talk about stuff attached to the outside of your house. Anything inside, even if you can see it through the window? Gray area, baby. Even better, there's not a word about interior lighting, just that you can't create a public nuisance or safety hazard. That's it. That's when the idea hits. If Karen hates my yellow curtains for being too bright, fine. I'll take them down. But I'll replace them with something so bright and obnoxious, those curtains are going to look subtle by comparison. I hop online, order myself a set of programmable, motion-activated neon LED strip lights. The kind that can do every color in the rainbow, strobe, pulse, you name it. The plan? Malicious compliance at its finest. Sunday morning, I take down the curtains, making sure Karen sees, of course. She's in her yard, hacking at some hedge, so I give her the world's friendliest wave. She looks all smug, probably thinks she's won. That afternoon, I put up these beige blackout blinds, so from the street, my window looks completely boring. You'd never know what's lurking behind them. But inside, 5 feet of neon LED strips, all wired up to a motion sensor pointed at the sidewalk. Anytime someone walks by, my window lights up like a disco, hot pink, electric blue, neon green, the works. The pattern pulses and cycles through every color you can imagine. From inside, it's not even annoying because the blackout blinds keep it contained. But outside, my house turns into Studio 54 every time the mailman goes by. That night, I test it. Step outside, walk past my own window, bam. The whole thing lights up. I swear you could see it from space. I go to bed grinning, just waiting for Karen's reaction. The next morning, 7 a.m., someone's pounding on my door like the house is on fire. I already know who it is. Open up, and yep, there's Karen, face the color of a tomato, phone in hand like she's about to call in the National Guard. "What is that?" she shrieks, pointing at my window. "What did you do?" I put on my best innocent face. "Oh, you mean the lights?" "Yeah, I installed those after I took down the curtains, just like you wanted. Wanted to brighten up the room, you know?" She just about loses it. "You didn't brighten it. You turned it into a circus." My husband couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. It's a hazard. I nod, all understanding. Well, the HOA rules say interior lighting is totally fine, as long as it's not a safety risk. And the lights are only on when someone walks by, so maybe just don't walk past my house at night. She turns a whole new shade of purple. "I'm reporting this." "Go ahead," I say, smiling ear to ear. "I've already checked the rules. I'm in full compliance." She storms off, and I watch her practically sprint back home. I can just imagine the HOA group chat blowing up. Sure enough, a board member swings by later that day to investigate. He takes one look at the setup, bursts out laughing, and says, "Well, it's creative, but it's not against the rules." Karen files 3 more complaints over the next month. Each one more dramatic than the last, but every single one gets dismissed. After a while, she just stops walking past my house altogether. And you know what? I left those lights up for 6 months, just because I could. Eventually, I got tired of the rave and switched back to regular blinds. But the sweet taste of victory? Oh, I still savor it. Sometimes the only way to deal with a Karen is to give her exactly what she asked for. By the book, no less. So yeah, that's the story of how a pair of yellow curtains started an all-out war, and how neon lights finished it. Tell me, what would you have done? Was I out of line or just playing the game better? Drop your thoughts below. Let's hear your wildest HOA stories, or any time you had to outsmart someone playing neighborhood police. And hey, let me know where you're tuning in from. Maybe next time I'll shine a light in your direction, just for fun.